Its name means great thirst in Swana. Malapo, in Botswana's Kalahari Desert, is home to southern Africa's first inhabitants, the San Bushmen. While their ancestors were hunter-gatherers, today's Bushmen grow crops and raise livestock and need a more permanent supply of water. That's why an American charity is helping these Bushmen to dig a borehole to draw water from 100 metres under the sand.
My life's going to change because I'm going to wash my baby in our clothes and our animals will drink water.
There used to be a borehole here, but it was sealed off by the Botswana government 10 years ago, forcing the Bushmen out of the Central Kalahari Game Reserve.
They said we should stay away from the animals because this is a tourism area. First they tried to force me to move. I refused. They ended up getting inside my hut and putting my things inside their trucks. Then they moved me from CKGR. They said they were going to develop us.
But that development didn't happen. Moved into camps, the Bushmen fell victim to social ills, problems like alcoholism, depression and teenage pregnancy. Over half of the population became infected with HIV. A year ago, the Bushmen won the legal right to reopen their wells, but for some, it was too late to return.
I can't go back to CKGR because I'm on an ARV treatment. I believe I'm connected to the area. Even though there is no government service in this area, I would go back if it wasn't for the treatment I'm taking, because I've long been in that area. That's where I originated from.
With increasing reliance on hospitals and schools, many Bushmen are reluctant to go back to their former life. And although they've won the right to dig wells in the desert, the technical challenges are immense.
It's full of sand. I don't know how it got in here, but there's not enough water in that part to keep it pumping. It will actually damage the pump. Yeah, it's a pity. It's a big pity.
So for the Kalahari Bushmen of today, the great thirst continues.
Porter talked to Mr. Khama about his sweeping election victory.
Would you have preferred a bigger opposition?
I think it's healthy to have an opposition which is effective, because it keeps the government on its toes. I would like to have had it, although I'm not going to do anything at all to create it.
Do you feel there's any danger, perhaps, of Bechuanaland becoming a one-party state as a result of this overwhelming victory of yours?
Well, we'll never have a one-party state by act of government, but simply by what the electorate itself chooses. But we are not going to sort of pass laws to make ourselves into a one-party state.
Do you think that Bechuanaland can exist as a viable country, an independent country?
Well, at present it can't. I think we'll need a lot of assistance, particularly from the United Kingdom and from other more friendly disposed countries, and by our own efforts, particularly by extensive and prospecting for minerals and so on, and the improvement of the cattle industry and as well as agriculture.
When you say well-disposed countries, would you take aid from the Eastern Bloc as well as from the West?
The devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
Do you feel any antagonism towards Britain as a result of your exile in 1950?
There was a stage when I was rather resentful of my exile, but I put the blame on the British government of the time rather than on the British people, and because I know that they've always supported me and deplored the action of the British government, and I see no reason why, because of perhaps of that treatment at that time, I should jeopardize the interests of my country simply because of personal resentment, which anyhow I no longer.
What he has now is a happy family life. The Khama's two elder children are away at school, but not the twins aged 7. Their mother spoke about her life as Black Africa's only white First Lady.
Are you active in political life as such in Bechuanaland? Do you take a great interest in politics?
No interest at all.
Where do your interests lie?
I like doing social welfare work. I've done quite a lot of that in Surrey. But they seem pretty well organized here. Quite a lot of people. They don't need much more help, I think.
How do you find life in Africa for a woman in your position? What difficulties do you have? What easiness do you have?
I suppose that, well, with a family, the worst thing is having to send children away to boarding school at such a young age. So you say goodbye to them, you see them then only 3 times a year, from the age of about 9 or 10.
You feel Africa is your home now?
I wouldn't like to go back to Britain to live, because I was always thoroughly miserable in the cold weather. I much prefer a hot climate to a cold one. Also, the pace is very much slower here. You don't realize it until you get right into the heart of London, start trying to keep up.
If you had to pass over again the years of trouble and exile, would you change anything at all?
That's awfully difficult to say. I don't think there, apart from, I suppose, if one had known fully the consequences, which we didn't know, quite what we would have done.
And do you feel any antagonism towards Britain over what happened?
No, it's all too long ago now. None at all.
In the new Gaboronies, European children play happily on a native roof. Their parents and other whites have been assured that there's a place for them still in Bechuanaland, the land where Seretse Khama plans to build a multiracial independent state.
It is the intention of at least my government to influence neighboring states and other states, and to show that black and white people can live together quite harmoniously and work for the interest of their country.
How far would this peaceful coexistence with South Africa take you? Would you, for instance, ban political refugees coming into Bechuanaland from South Africa?
No, we You see, what is considered a crime in South Africa, from a political point of view, is not necessarily a crime in this country. And genuine political refugees have our sympathy.